All right, guys. Today, I just want to cover two articles real quick for you. This one is called Borden Dairy Files for Bankruptcy Protection. This just happened on January 6th. And to give you an idea of what's going on here, it says Borden Dairy, based in Dallas, reported losses of $42.4 million in 2019, filing in Sunday for a U.S. bankruptcy court in Delaware. And it says its debts are between 100 million to 500 million, more than 5,000 creditors. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy code, and then if you scroll down here, it says right here, it says the its largest creditors are to the pension funds, and which it owes more than 33 million, Borden says. All right, now if you scroll down a little bit, I remember recently, this is back in November, it says Dean's Food, the country's biggest milk producer, similarly filed for bankruptcy back in November. Borden and Dean products are made up a little more than 1/8 of all U.S. milk sales last year. So basically, what's going on is people are buying less milk, believe it or not. It says the Borden's dairy has a workforce of 3,300 people, and it says Borden said the price of raw milk has risen 27% in the past year and is expected to keep rising, partly due to more than 2,700 dairy farmers that have gone out of business since the mid-2018. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and link this article to you below so you can go ahead and read it for yourself. And it says the U.S. consumption of dairy milk products has fallen about 6% since 2015. Less and less people are drinking milk and with their cereal, believe it or not. But anyways, the sales have been down, prices have gone up, and they had to file bankruptcy. I have one more article I want to cover for you guys today. This one just came out yesterday on the 7th. I'm trying to bring you guys articles that you won't see nowhere else. This one is 25 companies that have laid off workers in 2019. All right. Now, this is from the Motley Fool. This is 25 companies. I'm going to go over them real quick. The first one is Ford Motor Company. In 2019, it said they announced 7,000 job cuts. I'm just going to hit them real quick because there's 25 of them. Disney, they bought out Fox, and they says that they had 4,000 employees that they were going to lay off. You know, the days of you working for a company for 25, 30 years and getting a gold watch and riding off into the sunset and retiring, those days are gone. You know, I'm just trying to give you a quick overview. Number 3, Canadian National Railway. It says that they had plans to lay off up to 1,600 workers. All right, now we're going to hit the next one. If you want to read this for yourself, I'll have the links below. Deutsche Bank. It says this was a big bank in Germany, and it said they had $8.3 billion restructuring plan, and it said that they plan to get rid of 18,000 jobs by the year 2022. The next one, we're going to scroll down, looks like it was Lowe's. All right, now we're going to try to find out, let's see what it says here. Lowe's says it would be laying off thousands of workers, but it didn't say the exact number of how many it would be. The next one, looks like it's a healthcare company. Amgen, is that correct? Said it would eliminate 149 jobs in Massachusetts. All right, the next one looks like it's Oracle. It says that they laid off workers in 2 separate instances in 2019. It said that they had 352 California employees. They showed them the door. The next one, there's 25 of them, so I'm trying to go quick. Bed Bath & Beyond. All right, now it said in March, the company shed around 150 of its 65,000 employees, with 2/3 of these cuts coming from the wholly owned and door decorator chain Christmas Tree Shops. It says that in an effort to save nearly $19 million for the remainder of 2019, they had to reduce its corporate headcount by 7%. The next one is Tesla. It says in January, the CEO, Elon Musk, made a tough decision to let 7% of the company's full-time workers go, roughly 3,000 people. All right, next one is Activision. So this is a video game company, and it says that Activision, the company behind Call of Duty and Guitar Hero, announced in February it would be shedding 8% of its workforce, roughly 800 of its 9,600 workers at the time. The next one we're going to hit, it's going to be HBC. This is a bank. I think this is a Hong Kong bank. And it says that they've been kicked off a round of layoffs in August. They announced it would be eliminating 4,000 jobs. They said the jobs are expected to be high-paying, executive-level positions. All right, now the next one we're going to hit is HP. They make computers, printers, HP printer ink, and it says that they announced that they were going to involve 7,000 to 9,000 job cuts. This is all for 2019. The next one it has on here is General Motors. It says General Motors joined Ford in handing out pink slips, and it says it announced plans to lay off more than 14,000 workers in November of 2018. And it says the reasons included on this massive list ramped up in February, approximately 4,000 layoffs. And it says 8,000 of the total cuts will be salary workers and another 2,800 will be hourly workers. Now, like I said, I'm just trying to go over this real quick and you can read it for yourself. I'll have it linked below. This is Vodafone, a name brand overseas business, wasn't spared from job cuts. European telecom giant. It says this Italian workforce was cut by 16% or 1,130 jobs. The next one that we're going to scroll down and hit, this one, it looks, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is Soybank Stillwater. Is that correct? It says, ask employees of South African gold miner. In June, it says the employees are receiving something of a reprieve with a large miner announcement. And it says, let's see, it says announced that approximately 3,400 people would lose their jobs, as opposed to the initial figures of 6,700. Mind you, these jobs were occurring as gold is hitting the highest point it has in 6 years. So even if you work for a gold miner, you're not immune to being laid off. This next one is Uber, number 16. It says, despite the largest initial public offering since 2014, Uber had wound up laying off more than 1,100 people in 2019. All right, the next one is Kroger, your friendly neighborhood Kroger. It says here, let's see, what's the total? It says would be laying off hundreds of workers. It doesn't give the exact amount. The next one looks like it's Wells Fargo. Comes to no surprise that Wells Fargo has been following in the footsteps of other money center banks at cutting expenses. It says in 2018, they announced they would cut between 5 to 10% of its workforce, approximately 265,000 over a 3-year period. So pink slips were pretty much given in 2019. That's a lot of workers. The next one is MGM Resorts. This is a casino. It says sometimes what happens in Vegas wounds up plastered on the internet. This was the case with MGM Resorts International, which wound up letting go over 1,000 employees in April and May, most of them in Vegas. So there you go. There you go with that one. The next one we're going to hit looks like Caterpillar. They make big industrial equipment, as you can see in the photo. It says, unlike a number of companies mentioned in this list, heavy-duty equipment Caterpillar didn't make a lot of noise when it announced layoffs in November. That's because only 120 workers were let go in a plant in Texas. All right, and we're going to scroll to the next one. I'm trying to keep you guys moving here. 21, Verizon. It says that telecom giant Verizon may be a leader in communications, but apparently bit off more than it could chew when it decided to acquire AOL for $4.4 billion in 2015 and Yahoo for $4.5 billion in 2017. It says here the first round of layoffs came in January. Approximately 800 employees of the Verizon group were axed. All right, and it says down here, I'm going to scroll down, it says the latest round of layoffs hit weeks ago with 150 people being eliminated. All right, we're going to go to the next one here. This next one, 22, is Nissan. As noted throughout the list, automakers were pumping the brakes on 2019. Japan-based Nissan was no different. It says here, Nissan unveiled a plan to eliminate 12,500 jobs by the year 2022. We're going to hit the next one here. This is Commerce Bank. This is Deutsche Deutsche Bank wasn't the only German financial institution cutting jobs in 2019. It says Commerzbank, which is the second largest banking center, said in September they will be shedding 4,300 jobs and closing 200 of its 1,000 branches in a restructuring effort designed to cut costs. All right, we're going to hit the next one. This one is Hexaco. It says Quebec-based Hexaco, that's in Canada, wasn't exactly a household name, like the other companies on the list, but the 200 jobs across various departments that was cutting is notable given the Hexo is a marijuana stock. All right, I'm going to hit the next one. This is Humana. They're a health insurance company. Last but not least, a health insurance provider, Humana, advised Wall Street in October that it will be letting go of 800 employees, equal to about 2% of its workforce. All right, guys, that's it. That's 25. We hit 25 companies from the Motley Fool. And the other article we hit today, where did it go? The other article was Borden's and filing for bankruptcy. So I just want you to know that the old days of getting a gold watch and retiring from a company for 25, 30 years doesn't look like that's going to be the case going forward. I mean, there's an example of 25 companies that laid off in 2019, and I'm sure there are plenty more that didn't make the list. This is just a quick overview of this article. It just came out yesterday. I just happened to run across it and thought I'd share it with you guys. All right, like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know, was there some companies that laid off in 2019 that we missed that wasn't on the list? Is there any more you can think of? What's your plans going forward? All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this article, for this video. eBay Addict, peace out.